This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament. That will be a great look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that, but really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in.
That is a heat-seeking missile. Look out. 325 yards and in the fairway.
Should be safely on deck. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop. Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. One under early in the round. Frank, what's the strategy here off the tee at the par 5 third?
For the long hitters, they still...
Oh, I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
Officials calling that one around 310 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
A few more birdies like that. Rich, you never know, just might sneak place on the podium.
In the top 10 right now. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, this is a demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. It used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. It's now 1, and it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tee's added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale. This one starting down the right does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Starting to make a nice move. Birdie and 4 under par for the tournament. Now to the par 4 6th. Decision time, Frank. Driver, or do you go with 3-wood?
A lot of that's going to depend on if there's any breeze. If the breeze is at your back, you can drive it all the way down the right side and take those 2 bunkers down the right completely out of play. This hole's being stiffened up, though. The length hasn't increased for that bunkering and that choke point. So the strategy, do you have the length to get past them? Or if you have to lay up, it's going to leave a much longer second shot.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
It's a nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. Third place now.
Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favoring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. What a beautiful roll right there. Dead center. Now here at the par 4 8th. Slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by. But those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Rounding out the front 9 with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. There is now 1, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits a draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated, not very deep too, so judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. These putts keep the round together. So with that make, now at 7 under par. Hello again and welcome, Rich Slaughter, alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports at one of the great venues in all of golf, TPC Scottsdale. Upwards of 500,000 fans expected throughout the week here. A lot of buzz being generated, and now Plenty of fireworks as well on this back nine.
There is, Rich. This is a Super Bowl type atmosphere, and the 10th hole, what a wonderful way to start this back nine. A dogleg right that's been radically changed in 2014. Numerous bunkers added. This is a very strict dogleg right par 4, and by that I mean you're going to have to hit it down the left to have an open shot at this green.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Moving on to the 11th hole, Frank, water all along the left side, 472 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, this one's weird because the tees are a little off-center. They start down the right side, which makes it into a dogleg. And you mentioned the water. It always comes into play. And there are 0 fairway bunkers. You don't need them here at 11 because really it's all about the tee shot. Find the fairway, then even though it's a long par 4, you should be able to at least attack that green safely. Miss the fairway to the right, which is the barrel outside, and your problems are just starting. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. This from 7 feet. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Par 3 12 may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. Good round going, -7. Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone, now it's just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side, they certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, the high ball hitter, still will get a reward at 13.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would. Even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent, it's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And, of course, that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
The second shot now to the par 4. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
They'll take it. That's a par. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. Well, you can rack up 5, 6, 7. We've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
One more birdie, and now tied for the lead.
Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction, too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist-pumping, the rowdy spectators. And he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And it still goes on till today. And I think Rory McIlroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now, 9 under for the tournament. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened. Yeah,
the ball hit Tom Byram's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side. But it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
good-looking shot right here. Well played here. Went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. 11 feet away.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
Frank a par here. That's just fun. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.